It was a seemingly ordinary day at school, but little did I know that it would become a day I would never forget. I woke up feeling excited for another day of learning and fun with my friends. However, as I was getting ready, I realized I had forgotten something very important. I had left my menses pad at home. As I walked to school, I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. I tried to push it to the back of my mind, but as the day went on, I started to feel a warm sensation between my legs. I suddenly remembered my forgotten menses pad and panicked. I knew what was happening, and I was mortified. As the blood began to flow from my pussy, I felt a wave of embarrassment wash over me. I tried to hide it as best as I could, but it was impossible. The boys in my class noticed, and they started to whisper and point. I could feel their eyes on me, and it was humiliating. The teacher, who was oblivious to the situation, continued with the lesson. But the boys couldn't resist any longer. They started to snicker and giggle, and soon they were laughing out loud. I felt the heat rise in my cheeks and my eyes fill with tears. I couldn't believe this was happening to me. As the day went on, the bullying got worse. The boys would nudge each other and smirk whenever they looked at me. They would whisper insults and make crude comments about my situation. The girls in my class were unsure of how to react, and I could see the confusion and discomfort in their eyes. I couldn't take it anymore. I ran to the bathroom, locked myself in a stall, and cried. I couldn't understand why they were being so cruel. I wished more than anything that I could disappear. As I sat in the bathroom, I thought about how I could escape the bullying. I decided that I had to face it head on. I wiped away my tears, took a deep breath, and went back to class. To my surprise, the boys' behavior didn't change. They continued to mock and laugh at me. I felt a new sense of determination welling up inside me. I realized that I had to stand up for myself, no matter how scared I was. I raised my hand and asked the teacher if I could speak. She nodded, and I took a deep breath. I told her and the class about my situation and how the boys were bullying me. I pleaded with them to understand that this was a natural part of being a woman and that I was already feeling embarrassed and uncomfortable. The teacher was surprised but quickly regained her composure. She addressed the class, explaining that what was happening to me was normal and that we should all be more compassionate and understanding. She scolded the boys for their behavior and told them that there would be consequences for their actions. The boys were ashamed and apologized to me in front of the class. I could see that they felt remorse for their actions, and I accepted their apologies. As the day went on, the atmosphere in the classroom changed. The girls were more kind and understanding, and the boys seemed to have learned their lesson. The bullying stopped, and I finally felt like I could breathe again. Looking back, I realized that this experience taught me an important lesson. I learned that I had the strength to stand up for myself and that I could overcome even the most embarrassing and difficult situations. It also taught me that compassion and understanding can go a long way in healing and forgiveness. Although I will never forget that unforgettable day, I am grateful for the lessons it taught me. And I hope that by sharing my story, others can learn from my experience and be more compassionate and understanding towards those who may be going through similar situations.
Please subscribe to my channel Lessons of Life and press the bell notification icon.